do you think about the racially profiling of people that are brown, people that are getting stopped just because they're brown? Do you think that affects the amendments that we have, like the Fourth Amendment, Fifth Amendment?
Well, here's the thing, right? And this is why, like, I kid around and I say, like, I'm like a proud bigot or racist. Like, the reality is everyone has some level of bias, racism, profiling, like, because human beings don't have the ability to get to know everybody that they talk to. So you have to kind of have preconceived notions about how someone looks and what their behavior is going to be to kind of predict, right? It's a safety mechanism, right? And then obviously if you meet them and they're not the stereotype, that's different, right? Like, for example, the gentleman before, he confirmed all the stereotypes about black men. He's been violent and all this other shit. So, you know, is every black guy like that? No. But a lot of the times when you kind of assume what things are going to be, you'll be right a lot of the times. We'll be wrong sometimes, yes. But, you know, if you don't do that, then you might set yourself up to be assaulted. Now, to come back to the immigration thing, I don't think it's necessarily profiling as much as a lot of these people were ordered removed by an immigration judge. So it's not that they're being profiled, it's that they've been ordered removed by a judge. They're not here legally.
But there's 4 raids going on, and they're stopping people who are just brown.
I'm sorry?
There's raids going on. And there's people that are getting stopped just for being brown, for looking brown. So if you're a person about the Constitution and you're like American, then how are you okay with that? How are you okay with any U.S. citizen being stopped for the purpose of them being a brown person?
Well,
how do you justify that as a person, as a brown person yourself?
Yeah, I don't
think, like if it happens to you, how are you going to handle that? Are you going to be okay with that? You're going to say it's part of the process?
Well, I'm not an illegal alien.
Yeah, and so neither am I. But people that look like me get stopped every day for bullshit like that, which is going against the Constitution. How are you as an American okay with that?
Well, here's the thing. You got to remember that what you might define as profiling might not actually be profiling, right? So, like, let's say immigration officers know that there's a lot of illegal aliens that hang out at a Home Depot. They go there and they see 20 individuals, right? And they know that this is a place that a lot of people tend to be illegal looking for work. Well, if they go ahead and do what's called an immigration inspection and ask them, hey, of what country are you a citizen? They can do that. They have the right to do that as immigration officers. Yeah. So I wouldn't consider that really profiling. And then in a lot of these cases where they're going out and actually arresting people, they have an immigration warrant, which means they've been deported by an immigration judge. So
yeah, that's very few. But there's people who are just commuting, going on through their lives and being stopped, and they shouldn't have to even. There should be no reason a brown person should have to stop and identify themselves when they haven't committed a crime. We have the freedom to travel, and we're being stopped.
That's where you're wrong. They did commit a crime by coming here illegally.